shit. Hello. Good morning. It is 8:15 a.m. on Monday, June 18th, 2018. Hey, Chris Light. Chris Light's already here. The recap today is going to be really easy. I can't show you what I did yesterday. Mostly I had an idea for something towards the end of the game. I tried it. It sucked. Tried something else. It sucked slightly less. And I'm not going to work on any more of that because I don't want to spoil the game. So I can't show you what I did yesterday. The day before yesterday I streamed, so you saw that. I was working on sound effects and I was working on UI. So I just woke up and booted this up. I'm going to try to get this stream done pretty early today because we are, what do you call it? It's going to be 90 degrees and I'm going to fucking melt. That's basically my biggest issue. Let me delete my save. Let's see where we are. This is kind. Nothing's changed. I just like to start out by playing it. And I've been playing it. I just like to look at the transitions. There's a lot of little things to do. I need an audio pass on all this. Alright. Good morning, Port Ponky. It's weird, my thing is not updating. I'm gonna refresh my dashboard. Which means I just lost all of the chat. And Chris, wrote me a long-ass thing. I'm sorry, Chris. I missed whatever you wrote. I'm not good at streaming. Well, hopefully you'll type that up again. Either way, here's what we're doing today. I have a note. Oh. Also, we should rebrand the show with nicer artwork and maybe do it on Twitch. Also, I'm saying this now so I remember it. Okay. Chris is high on dental stuff. Chris Light. I wouldn't mind doing a Twitch show. That could be fun. I definitely don't have time to rebrand this show with better artwork, though, unfortunately. Alright, got enough of that kind of crap to do here. Hey, good morning, Pete. Today, I am going to set it up so that one way you can change between the the machines and the combo levels is by clicking their bodies. That is my goal this morning. This is a pre-breakfast, early morning stream. Pete, you had a question you wanted to ask me, though, right? That I got right when I started streaming. Let me look it up. I have a quick question for you. Do you know offhand how long the average gameplay experience should be for an indie game? Yeah, you're right. That's not a simple question. Okay. Wait, let me read that again. It's early. Average gameplay experience? Dude, that totally depends. Depends on the kind of game you're making. I mean, technically, The Flame and the Flood, if you were playing it perfectly, because it's a roguelike, you could beat the campaign in like an hour and a half. But I mean, the whole point is you replay it over and over. Systemic games tend to be more like that. Oh, God, it depends on your price point. It depends on, a game should be as long as it needs to be compelling and to sell whatever it is it's trying to sell. Whether what it's trying to sell is like the vision for a story, or if it's trying to fully explore mechanic, whatever your game is. Like, the length of your game is part of the game, right? And I'm trying to remember what game you're working on. I believe it's like a grid-based tactics game, if I recall. It's been a while, man, and it's early, so my brain might not be warmed up yet, but I think it was something like that, right? Poor Ponky, if you can make a game exactly 4 hours and 17 minutes, you have some kind of superhuman powers, man. Wait, single-player third-person narrative? Okay. Well, There is no one answer to that. I can think of so many competing examples, right? Like a Naughty Dog game will be, for AAA, short. Sorry, it's loud outside. A Naughty Dog game could be considered kind of short. You can beat it in a day. It's like a 6-7 hour experience, but it's highly polished and it's beautiful, right? So that's one way to go. And like, as an indie, obviously you're not going for the $60 price point. You could have a very short, sweet game that you sell for less money. Narrative games tend to be bound by the amount of content you can produce. The more hours you have, the more content you have to produce. Also, the higher the price point you can charge. Maybe it should be as long as it needs to be to sell your narrative. To the degree that you want to, like, you should tell the story you want to tell. I think that's how I would approach it. Got it. So I would sit down and see if you have a compelling story, and then figure out what you need to tell that story, and then kind of what you want to have to tell that story, and then I would make the game the length it needs to be to do what you need to tell the story you're trying to tell. Alright, I'm going to do a lot of talking today. My voice is already gone, so this is going to be a very short pre-breakfast stream. Excuse me. Here we go. And I don't know how I'm going to do the thing I want to do yet. I literally am racing against the sun right now. Because that AC I'm going to turn on later is loud. I don't think I can stream while the AC is on. And it's going to hit 90. Okay. I took a bunch of notes when I was watching somebody play last week. One of the notes is, in general, I've been focusing a lot on kind of the tutorial opening experience, the first third of the game. The middle third of the game is everything that happens here on these stages. On top of not having the UI figured out and all kinds of crap. The control scheme, I haven't really even put much thought into that. The way I change between the robots is by clicking these buttons. I'm not sure if you can see them. You can't. Down here, I click these to change between the different dudes. That's not good. People don't like that. So far, the two people that have made it far enough have both disliked that equally. One person recommended that you should be able to just click the robot you want to manipulate in order to manipulate it. Another person said the same thing and also recommended a button to cycle between them. So let's do both. Let's start with the harder one, which is if I'm here and I click on Rue, I want to be controlling Rue. I don't know how to do that. I just said it, and now we have to make that true. By the way, you should listen to Port Bonky, he knows his shit. In the indie game space. Theoretically. Probably. I don't know, I never met the guy, but he seems smart. So, kinda. Anyway, I'm procrastinating. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so fuck, I don't know how to do this. Okay, so the player controller, okay. Hold on, I got this. Because I did something similar already, and it wasn't hard at all. Well, it was a little not as difficult. I can click on these. These are bones in a skeletal mesh, right? I already did this once. So how fucking hard would it be to throw that in the pond, right? these are buttons in game. Okay, so I did that in like half a day. So like, how did I do that? God, it's early. Right, I made a thing that's okay. So I made an interface that's clickable. So player pawn. Fuck it. So that's good. I can just add that. Oh, what's it called? It's called a interactive 3D object interface. Okay, so now you have access to these functions. Cool. On the player controller, God, I still have my debug commands. Alright. I'm looking at all currently hovered actors. Here's where I say, I call this okay. Here's where I call unhovered and hovered. Okay, so the player controller is just detecting what's under the cursor and seeing if it's in this currently hovered actor array. And if I'm hovering over the bow name for that specific object in that array. Okay, yeah. Cool. One thing to check before I even get started is what the collision situation is on my pawns. Because it's not going to detect I'm hovering over it if it doesn't have collision. So let's get back. Let's go to like show collision. Yeah, I thought so. So there's, I'm not sure why these things, oh, these have collision so that I can detect if the camera is seeing through them. Okay. I've turned off collision on everything I possibly could, unless I need the camera to detect it, which is true for certain things. The hell's going on down there? Oh, yeah, the collision doesn't move. Yeah, okay. I might not need collision on this anymore. My god, I could save so much performance. I can turn off collision on all this shit. I'll have 60 FPS. Okay, but for now. She needs collision. Box collision only on her body. Done. All of them do. So, let's do that. On specifically the mesh. Do I want it? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I'm still thinking it there. Let's do it universally on the bodies. Do you all share a skeletal mesh, maybe? Yes. Create. Body skeleton. Why can't I make a physics asset? I could be like this. Do I have to do it off of each skeletal mesh? Yeah. Poop. Is that what I want? Maybe I'll just make a box here. Capsule collision, box collision. Done. Body. Yeah, and because I can imagine wanting other things later, but I think for now I want this. Okay. This will be underneath the mesh parent socket. It's probably fine, right? Maybe. Yeah, I think that's fine. Whatever, we gotta try it. Okay. When you switch from a pawn, so if you're not the active pawn, I don't want you to be able to click on the pawn that, if you're active, I don't want you to be able to click on you. If you're already controlling the drum, you shouldn't be able to click on the drum to more control the drum. That's dumb. So, in the event that we switch from this pawn, get the player controller. Wait, do I have? We already have it saved. Here's the blueprint with player controller. Set. Sorry. Get UI actors to check for hover. These are the actors that I'm detecting the mouse cursors over. I'm going to add self. Now, dummy self, like a reference to this self. Bam. Okay. No? Ah, womp womp. Why do you have to be that? You don't have to be that. Everything else is just actor. You're gonna be an actor. There's no reason. I'm using interfaces here. Why am I casting? Currently hovered actor set. I don't need to do that. It's limited thinking. What did I just do? Okay, if the array of actors to check for hovering over contains the actor that we're hovering over, then call the onHovered interface on that actor. Sweet. Cool. Add self. Okay. So now whenever you switch from this pawn, you're adding yourself to the list of actors that we are checking to see if you're hovering over. Too early. Okay. Whenever we switch from this pawn. That is switch from this pawn. Sorry. Absolutely. When we switch back to this pawn. Oh man, I'm overloading the word hovering. Means other things as well. Shit. There's also the concept of you're literally hovering over an object if you're a player. Whatever. And then there's hovering as in the mouse is hovering. Mouse hoverable actors. Alright, check for mouse hover. Mouse hovered actor. Clicked actor. Mouse hovered bone name. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. Hey Ninja, they're talking about how long an indie game should be, based on game type and so forth. That's kind of like what they're chatting about. Oh yeah, never mind, they're catching up. Have I played Snakebird? No, it's on my list of games that I should totally be playing. I've actually bought a bunch of games and not played them yet. Like I said, I'm getting through my backlog very slowly right now because I don't think I've played more than an hour a game a week for a while. I do dive into the Puzzle Script Gallery games. And I played your, like, Flick game on Twitter. Anything I can play in, like, a couple minutes between other things tends to get done. Anything where I have to open up Steam, I just haven't done that in a while. Just 'cause, like, I'm so busy, man. Like, I haven't had a day off. I could have taken one. I'm going to have to soon. I'm going to lose it if I don't. I know exactly what Snakebird is. I've seen it. I actually listened to, the developer for that did a YouTube series on his thought process in designing levels. I listened to that back when he made it. I listen to stuff like that when I work sometimes. No, I did not, find it. Poor Ponky. Unfortunately, no. So, like I said, I played it for, I was like, oh, that's what a Flick game is. Okay. It's, you click on the colors, I think. I've never heard of this until yesterday. I'm not cool. I don't know about this shit. I'm woefully far behind as far as the indie scene goes. Mouse horrible actors. We're adding one here. When you switch to this pawn, remove yourself. Okay. Also, when you switch from this pawn, add yourself to an add unique, just in case something went awry. Okay. Mouse hoverable actors. Then let's just add a new graph. It's just like hover. Oops. God. Why can I not type? Okay, so now I should have access to interfaces like... Yeah. That's right. On hovered. On unhovered. Click. Nope, that's my little interface icon. Something went wrong. Click. Enable clickable. What is in my interface? 3D. On mouse down and mouse release. Mouse down. And mouse release. Okay, these are the interfaces I want to mess with. For now, let's just see if it's working. Hovered. Unhovered. So I don't even think I need that one yet. Click. No, music stand large. Alright, because I changed this type. Add unique. And remove. Okay. Cool. There, pawn. Okay. Okay, so I'm not getting anything here. Show collision. Also, they have no collision. Also, what the fuck are those cylinders? Oh god. Alright. I know what those are too. That's gonna wreck everything. So, show me... I can go to literally anything for this. Not that, apparently, though. My testing objects have collision on them, and they shouldn't. It hasn't come up until now. My testing objects need to not have collision. Tube. Hey, tube. Collision. Remove. That's right. Okay. Player pawn. World dynamic. Are you... Body collision, movable, collision, overlap all dynamic. Let's just go with... That might work. No, let's go with block all dynamic. Because I think a hit test needs it to be blocking, right? Maybe overlap should work. Overlap. You know what? I'm just gonna custom. I want you to block traces. Okay. Oh, Weez, when I logged in this morning, I saw your messages. I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for sending me the code. See, I told you poor Ponky was smart. He's dropping knowledge. Alright, let's see if it works now. No. Alright, player pawn. Let's start with the obvious. Show collision. Still not seeing any collision. Should I? Yeah, here's something I didn't... God. Okay, so I added a box. How big is the box? Where is the box? Alright, the box is here. Let's do several things here. Let's say... Let's attach the box to the body. I was on the fence about that, but I think I should. So it moves. Oh, don't be like this. Body. Next. Let's look at the size of this box and make sure it's 200 units. So it actually does something. Good. Shit's getting spicy up in the chat. Alright, we see collision. We actually physically see it too, which is not ideal. That's fine for now. So, I'm seeing it. side controller. I want you to print. Every tick. The name of the object I'm hovering over. Oh, you know, I'm hovering over this. Player pawn BPT. Alright, well then what the fuck? So, you know what I'm hovering over? For the sake of my sanity, let's not just call this on everything, because that's absurd. Let's make sure there's a currently mouse hovered actor. If this is not equal to what you have, and it's also not equal to none. Ooh, wait. Make a separate branch for that, actually. I don't know if that'll work, but it might. I don't know how to put a null value. I shouldn't have that breakpoint every second. What am I doing? Oh, I see. If the currently clicked actor... I see. This is in case you, like, push the mouse button down and then drag off of the actor and then release it. Okay. That makes sense. I can skip that if you don't have anything selected. Okay, so if you're not hovering over anything, if this is true, I would like every tick, could you please print for each object in this array? Print it. Print it every tick. Show me what you got. Okay. So player pawn 1 BP is in there. Oh, unhovered hovered is working. Oh, that's weird. Why is it suddenly working? Just need to be inspected, I guess. Shit. Okay. Alright. Alright. We're working. So let's get rid of some of this debug because it's in my way. Player controller. Nuke this. Nuke this. Got to clean that up at some point. Maybe I didn't compile it before? Let's take it further. Player pawn in mouse hovered. When you're hovered, what do I do? Down here. Do I have something? I'm pretty sure I already set aside all the materials for the pawn. Set array element, skeletal mesh. Okay, this is setting up the sockets. This is creating the base strings, baseboard, setting up the body art. Get all the materials. Yes. Make them dynamic. So what I'm gonna want is, and I assume I add them, yes, character materials. So Some preliminary. Get character materials. For each this class get your class is class of outline. No. Materials. Let's just see what happens. If I set color, whatever, at least we'll know it's working. Let's set the color. When you hover, get all the character materials for each character material. Set the color to white. When you unhover, set the color to black. Oh, what the hell is going on? Extinction is overpriced. What the hell is going on? Hello? Whatever this is, what's up? I don't have pockets. Got nothing to surrender. 0 pockets. Hey Krasenstein, thanks for hosting me, man. Good morning. I don't know how Twitch works. But welcome to this stream, the incredibly lazy Monday morning stream. I will show you what I'm doing right now. We'll see if it's working. I don't know how many of you there are, so I'll just go over the game, I guess. This is Kine. Kine is a narrative 3D puzzle game about a trio of machines that dream of being musicians. Here's the scoop. It's a game currently in development. Let me delete my save, actually. That's what kind of... Oh yeah, let me also give you audio. So this is the very opening of the game. You start out as this one little character. Ignore the box, I'm doing work right now. You kind of roll around on this grid. Starts out pretty simple. This is like a tutorial area where you get to know the controls. It gets a little harder. I'm just gonna cheat. Later on you meet, like, the drummer. This is Quat. Puzzles get much harder as you go on. This, let's get a fun one. This is Rue. she becomes an accordion. Back you out here. And this little guy's Oiler. He's a little more complicated. Got a lot going on. Anyway, so the stuff I'm working on now, that's kind of like the early stuff. The stuff I'm working on right now is the stages. So this is all very temp art and everything, so don't judge me here. But you get to these stages where you kind of have to have the characters move together. So like, that's not gonna work. This is kind of like the idea. What I'm working on now is getting it so that when you hover, I'm changing up the control scheme today, this morning. I'm trying to change it so that, like right now, oh shit, what am I doing? Ah, ooh, click the wrong thing. Right now the way you switch between them is by clicking these little buttons, and that doesn't seem to be fun. So I'm working on a way to change it so when you can change between the characters by just clicking on the character. That is the goal this morning. If you want to watch me struggle with that, you're welcome to hang out. Okay, now I'll read the chat, sorry. Hey, watery tart. I've been making games for over a decade, so I've been doing this for quite a while. Thank you, Port Ponky. Yeah, this is my first time doing an indie game, though. I can't tell you where the name Kind comes from, because I'm supposed to come up with a better lie. I need to invent a reason for it to be amazing. This is actually kind of true. I remember I was, who was it? I shouldn't even tell this story. I was interviewing at Riot at one point, and I met the president of Riot, and he was like, "Do you know how we came up with the name Riot?" And I was like, "Probably marketing." But he's like, no. It's actually an acronym, and he goes into all this stuff about how, like, Riot, like, what it stands for and stuff, and in my head I'm like, bullshit, you came up with that after the fact because you just like the word riot. And the truth is I like the word kind, it's cute, it reminds me, kind is actually kind of like Pig Latin for friendship. It's short for kinematic. It, like, there's a million reasons why I like it, but I was supposed to come up with some, like, really intense reason. Probably it's an acronym for something really deep, you know, like emotional or some shit. That's important. I've been told this a lot. From the Greek kainen, which means to move. These are all, I made these myself. Are you for real? Yeah, I know. It's one of those things in indie dev. Like, I was talking to Eitan the other day, and he's like, "No, Gwen, you gotta come up, like, it has to be about cancer, or, like, loss of some sort, or something really emotional." Which is bullshit, man. Like, used to be games could just be fun. I actually kind of hate that part of the indie scene. But yeah, especially for marketing reasons, I gotta come up with, like, an acronym for kind or some shit. Otherwise, no one will take me seriously. Whatever. jazz musician. Yeah, no, he's definitely not. Not the most musically inclined. Yeah, sometimes you just hear something and it sounds good, and it fits. And I don't know, something about it, like, it reminds me of Kind. I came up with it and I liked it. It's not about, like, some deep metaphysical bullshit. I just like it. Games can't just be fun anymore. They have to be meaningful. It drives me crazy. Well, to be fair, my name is actually, like... So, like, my name is Gwendolyn, my mom's Carolyn, my grandmother's, Evelyn, my great-grandmother's Jacqueline. It was, like, some, when they did this for the firstborn daughters, they always had the end of their names end in Lynn, because, like, when a chick gets married, she loses her last name. So they would tack on Lynn to the end of the first name. It's a tradition in my family. So it is actually thought through, Port Fonky. Names can be thought through. I thought that's sweet. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're bullshit. What you gonna do? But yeah, you don't need to have a story. A name can just be a name. My family made it up. Yeah, that's all bullshit, actually. He got me figured out. Sounds right. Oh, for a while my mom was gonna change, like, she wanted to break the trend because she's, like, against traditions. My mom's weird. But she was gonna name me Demeter for a while. And she unfortunately told my uncle that, her brother, before I was born. And he kept going, I can't wait, Demeter! Gonna be great, Demeter! And he just kept heckling her, and she was like, you know what, fuck it. That's my family. Terrible with the word puns. Shit, okay, I get it. Alright, I should get back to work, maybe. Probably. Because that thing I just did didn't work, right? Like, I was gonna say, if you're hovered, the character like, is this even running? Let's add a breakpoint. Let's see if it's even running. Maybe it's not? Oh, Jesus. I just added 5 breakpoints. Oh, God. Move breakpoints. Okay, let's try this again. Turned that game I showed you into a bonus level for Marble Madness? Cool. Okay. So this is working. I hit the breakpoint. It's getting all character materials, of which there are many. For each one. Setting it to 1, I hope. Okay, so it's doing the thing. You know, I'm gonna get rid of unhovered because I think I'm somehow hitting hovered and unhovered at the same time. Not quite sure what the deal is there. No, that's not working. Damn it. Okay, so so we're hitting it, but it's not changing the color. Let's see. Well, let's look at what's happening when I make this array. Too many things open. Now, when I initialize the pawn and I set up the body art, get the character material, the black outline, the blinking material. I create a dynamic material out of them and I add them. They should all be here. The black outline materials. So, like, take me to the drummer. The drummer's body. Oh, I might need to do this for the extremities as well. Forgot. Outline material. Oh shit, that's just like straight up not what I'm looking for. I call them all. Well, yeah. Okay, well then that wouldn't work, would it? Because I'm not looking for that. And what the hell is even black outline? Do I even use that anywhere? I go out for the piano. Black outline. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. So, and I bet these, if I drill down into the material, have color, also color dark, which if you're, fuck, okay, which is actually what I want to mess with. Okay, so several things here, because you're inactive, it should be color dark. When I'm editing my highlight, color dark is what we're editing. Hey Aubrey, what's up, man? Alright. Anyway, character materials, messing with color dark. I want to, for now, you know what, I'm not gonna fix this because I'm basically a child. I'm just gonna go into player pawn. Fucking event graph, yeah. I should fix my content to be standardized. It would take like a second. I'm not really a big fan of a black outline. Let's just call it what it should be called. Outline material. I'm gonna fix my content because I'm an adult. So, alright, let's go to each of these. Name things properly. You're already named properly. Everything's character material, outline material. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do it for the others. Outline material. That's how I'll tag these. There's no need for her to have this many freaking materials, by the way. I should fix my shit. At some point I will, when I optimize. Alright, here's the piano bass. Okay, these are already set up this way. Okay, good. How about, like, Euler? What's she looking like, bro? Blinking outline material. Okay, yeah, we're good. Alright. Okay, so I was right. And this one's outdated, which is why. Okay. Whatever. I do things proper. It's all good. Alright, look. I can now see when you're hovered. It's horrific, but you know. Why is it affecting the accordion? That doesn't make no sense. That's upsetting. I don't know how that would happen. Also, why is it detecting I'm hovering when I'm way over here? That's also super incorrect. What do you think I'm hovering over? What the fuck? Oh god, I have just only so many questions. Weird. That's the nicest thing Daga says anybody's said yet, dude. To be fair, I forget that puzzle sometimes. You wanna try solve it with me? I made it at one point. I think I failed to solve it on a stream once, and then I awkwardly turned it off because I was in like not a mood to fix it. I'm pretty sure you can solve it though. Like I'm pretty sure. I should really fucking save the solutions for these somewhere. Why is it when I mouse over him, it's mousing over her? Oh, so many questions. So bizarre. Très bizarre. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to go like this. And then I know I put this back here for a reason. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I know how to do this one. I was just in a bad mood that day or some shit. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. Oh shit. Right. There we go. There, we spoiled that one. I know how to play games. God damn it. Alright. I don't know how to make games though, apparently, because my shit's all fucked. What the hell? Alright. Like, what the Let's start printing things. Let's go back to... If not, curly mouse hovered actor. Okay, world dynamic get hit under cursor. Curly hovered mouse actor. I don't know, man. Let's go back to just printing whatever the hit actor is. Because I suspect it's wrong. Yeah, why do you think I'm hovering over the player pawn? I'm not. Not even a little. I'm like way over here. In what world am I under the player pawn right now? Okay, there's gotta be like a massive element in the player pawn. I bet. Like a big ass something. Is it you? The origin of the raycast. I mean, I'm not using a raycast, I'm using something built in from Unreal that just detects what's under the cursor. So it takes the 2D space, raycasts it straight down to whatever's under the cursor in 3D space. So I suspect that's true. Most likely I'm hitting collision from something else. So let's just take a look at every element in the pawn. Collision, collision. Or it's something attached to the pawn that has collision. How about physics? Okay, well, what do I got here? I got you. What are your physics? So the actual scale mesh has no collision. Good. Socket, no collision. No collision. These are just scene components, they have no physics. Don't know what that's about. But the point here is, where the hell is your collision? Physics. Deep. Shouldn't there be? Oh, collision. Sorry, there we go. No collision. Good. Socket. No collision. Pretty strong on the no collision stuff. You're the only thing that should have collision, and you do. You're good. This decal. Decals are huge. They don't have collision though, right? Yeah, no. That would be weird if they did. Base strings. Excuse me. Definitely the engine. Not necessarily the engine. I'm sure it's hitting something. You have no collision. No collision. No collision. Block all dynamic, huh? Yeah, and your world dynamic? Is that your deal? Gotcha, bitch. This is the problem. Why do you have block all dynamic? Did I do that intentional? I must have, right? No, probably just fucking slapped it down. Alright, no collision. That's a long strip that's right under the character. That makes sense. Doing good, Sniper Man. What's up with you, man? I need to go blow my nose in a second. We're gonna race against the sun. It's gonna get too hot to do this soon. Okay, yeah. Oh, that was the problem. That was totally the problem. Now it's detecting all kinds of other shit. The dynamic camera, I need to set that to not have collision as well, by the way. And now it's very difficult. What do you think? Temp rivets. What? How do you figure? Also, the ribbons don't need to have collision, do they? I don't think they do. Technically, nothing in the world needs to. Let's just start ripping collision off of shit. If we're going to be relying on this more, let's go all in on this. Because before I needed everything to have collision because I was doing a raycast from the camera to detect if you should lower a level, but now I lower levels based on just other shit, so I don't need any of this stuff to have collision. So, like, for instance, the way this happens, a spline in Unreal is just a curve that we're attaching static meshes to that adhere to the spline. I'm creating those static meshes in code here. Here's where I'm making them. Set dynamic material. Add spline mesh component. Set collision. Enabled to no collision. That's right, motherfucker. Okay. It's the custom depth stuff. Hey Jess, thanks. Thank you for the support. Oh, wait, what just happened? Just playing the engine, it's always the engine's fault. The engine is perfect. Is you're an engine programmer, in which case it's the designer's fault. Yes, that seems accurate. No, I'm pretty sure if you're an engine programmer, it's still the engine's fault. It's just somebody else wrote something in the engine. Aubrey, you hurt me with your words. Alright. Yes. Get it together. That's correct, Daggers. There's nothing programmers hate more than code written by other programmers. There is no middleware that any programmer has ever liked. It cannot be done. That's probably not true. There's probably some middleware that people like. Definitely not coming to mind. The thing is, nobody ever goes to the bar and talks about the middleware they like, right? It's always like, God damn it, Morpheme, or Fmod. Like, so I never hear the stuff that people actually like. Probably because when things are working and going well, nobody really wants to talk about it. That's just kind of assumed. So, this no longer has collision. Not that there's anything wrong with Morpheme or Fmod. If they want to do business with me in the future, I think those are both probably fine. I don't think they're fine. I think Morpheme is... I don't think I'll be doing business with them in the future, I suspect. I don't know why I just moved things and then recompiled that. So, I was ripping collision off of things, specifically the dynamic camera would be high up there. dynamic camera. Alright, what do you got for collision? Block all dynamic, that's bullshit. No. No collision. Debating getting rid of this entirely anyways. I don't know how I feel about these god rays anymore. Right now I'm using the Unreal Engine shade. The Fortnite engine. Oh, Ninja. Accurate. From the company that made Fortnite comes this engine. Do I like it more than Unity? I've never really used Unity much. It's generally considered, in the industry, at least historically, we usually consider the animation tools and the art tools in Unreal to be superior, at least in AAA. That's always been the kind of marching orders. And I've been using the Unreal Engine since, like, before the Unity engine was decent. So I've never had any compelling reason to switch. So basically, I can't tell you. It could be that Unity has, like, stepped it up in some incredible way and the engine's great now, but I personally love the Unreal Engine quite a bit. Use it for everything. Okay. Wait, I'm still capable of getting temp ribbons. Why? Temp ribbons. That's the other thing that's weird. Why the temp ones? Testing shapes. Oh god. And testing shapes. Things are all kinds of incorrect here. Let's rip collision off more shit. Testing shapes. So there's these invisible shapes I use to figure out what I wanted in the world. Thank you, Shade. That's cool, man. Shad. Weird. Alright, oh, probably these all have the same problem, right? made them all visible. Because it wants me to save every map that has any one of those things I just edited, so give it a sec. Gonna make saving such a pain in the ass. Probably gonna, no, I can't check in. Now every time I save all, it'll literally save all. I could just stop saving all. Okay. So. Oh, I didn't even edit them all yet. Just a couple more. Okay. No collision. Alright. I'll get rid of those. That will not solve. Why were we still seeing this element? So, all the spline mesh components will have no collision. This doesn't have collision, it's a curve in the editor. Curves don't have collision, that's not a thing. It has to be the spline mesh component, right? Create it. Set it not to cast a shadow, set it not to have collision. For both of those. Am I... A lot of this stuff is just cut, but none of it should edit shit in any way. Good to know, Ninja. Those weird little, like, tricks for making your marketing materials good on YouTube and stuff. Like, there's people that just dedicate their careers to figuring that shit out. Still seeing these ribbons. The hell? Oh, this is maddening. Temp ribbons. Oh! Got it. That wasn't what I thought it was. Also, I thought I cut these. Okay, so this is just literally a place static mesh. Yeah, let's set your collision. None. Oh, that should fix that. Okay, good. Now the only thing I'm really detecting when I'm around here is these level completes, which I could totally get rid of the collision on those. And the player pawns. There are certain questions here, like, for instance, why is this drum hat lighting up? How is that possible? And why is her accordion lighting up? How is that possible? I see. Alright, so I have... Okay. So... Sorry, so I'm adding the material, when I'm setting the materials in the sockets, which I use for different things, like making that purple highlight on Euler's outline materials. I'm also adding those socket materials to the array of character materials. Hey Bane Games, I'm glad you like it, man. So like... I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing more. Like, this should highlight the whole character. Unless, like, everything is tagged all poorly, which is likely. So if I go to the appendages... because there's no reason to tag it properly before. Outline material, character material, it's all there. Oh. I need to figure out what I want to do with these arrays. I mean, the other thing is I don't know exactly what I want it to look like when you mouse over something, or what I want it to look like when a character is inactive. So that's kind of adding into the complexity here, because I don't really know what I want. I know this should technically be working now, like, but it won't look good because I don't know what I want it to look like. Yeah. So now I'm outlining everything. I definitely don't want it to look like that. That's some kind of horrific shit going on right there. It's clear though. Okay. Let's get things technically working before we worry about the visuals too much. Because I'll noodle on that all day. Okay. When you click on something that you've moused over, I want you to switch to that pawn. So, player pawn. Am I down here? When I click the button right now, good morning, Michael. I added this call and I'm just trying to see what this event dispatcher calls. Right, that's for the tutorial. Let's not worry about the tutorial right now. Let's make a note of it though. That I'm breaking the tutorial. You broke tutorial for combo labels. Okay. On release. Just gonna wait for autosave to finish. Come on. Okay. And we're back. Let's make this just a pure cast, because why not? Get the game mode. On my game mode, call this function switch tracks. I have the track on the pawn, I hope. Yes. Oh god. Okay. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay. That didn't work. Well, of course it didn't. I need... on the player controller. Let's get rid of this. Game mode, if in game mode. Oh, right. So right now I only use this if we're not in game mode. What I need to do instead is say, this only runs if you're not mousing over an interactive object. So like, get this if this is not equal to none. I hope that's null. If it's not equal to null, then do this. This is unreleased, not pressed. If it is null, then do this path. Okay. Bam. Look at that. Switching between them by clicking. Oops. It's not perfect, but you know. Alright, and I'm gonna change this over, so... This bottom screen bit... here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so that instead of being something where I click this to change, when I change, it highlights which ones I'm on. And then I'm gonna use a key press to cycle between them, which will be the same way you do it on the controller. You use LB or RB to switch between them. Which I wonder if setting that shit, like what is the state of the controller right now? Does it work? Is this plugged in? No. Oh god, I haven't touched this in ages. This is almost certainly rotted. Oh god. So that needs to exist. That doesn't exist yet. I guess we could do that real quick, maybe. I'm not that hungry yet. I could get through it. Then I'll have like a very late breakfast brunch situation. Alright. Where do I want that to live? The player controller? The game mode? The UI? I want to cycle between the characters based on a key. It's gotta be the game mode, right? I just kind of put the entire game in the fucking game mode. This is bad for so many reasons. You do not want to do that in Unreal. You don't want to have everything in one blueprint. Like, that should be obvious. The, blueprints are a visual scripting language. You can't, like, diff and merge them. You can't... When you're on a team of more than one person, like, eventually, if this grew, I'm not saying it would, but, like, if it did, having everything in being... Having all of my logic in, like, a handful of blueprints is a really bad idea. It creates a serious workflow problem. So you don't want to do that. But I can't... I mean, I'm already walking down this path. I think I'm committed to being a solo dev in this project no matter what, so... Does Git support blueprints? What are you talking about? I mean, it's a binary asset. Anything that... I don't know much about Git. Does Git support binary assets? I don't even know what Git is. Is that like source control? Yeah, I mean... Oh, it's source control. Yeah, I mean... I don't know, I always use Perforce. Hey, Stay Thirsty, what's up, man? Hey, stay thirsty. Get basically assumes everything the programmer does is best expressed by line changes. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to see the line changes. It's a binary asset. It's a visual scripting language. It's not like a language you merge and diff and stuff. There's no ASCII to fuck with, right? I think they've got some prototypes of ASCII blueprints, but I think it's better if we don't talk about that. It's just not there. And they have a diff tool, technically, for blueprints. Like, it'll get there. I don't know much about it. I think we tried to use it once because, I mean, you just shouldn't. That's just not the way. That's not what blueprints are for. Oh, hi Michael. Sorry, yeah, there is a blueprint diff and merge tool I used it not too long ago. It's not great, and I ended up just using the diff and making the changes manually. But did show me what changed. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you gotta keep in mind, like, that's just kind of not what it's for. Like, blueprints are insanely powerful and beautiful, and I love them a lot. And I mean, I'm making a game entirely out of blueprint to prove that it can be done, but most of the like, you should use code. If you can, obviously, right? Nobody at Epic would recommend this. They would recommend that you write your shit in code. Specifically C++. I think somebody tried to make a C# utility. I don't know anymore. Epic is so big with so many people, there's so many different philosophies. I think there still is definitely a core vision there, but they do want to support all kinds of workflows. I'm getting off topic though. Poor Plonky, I don't know how much I believe in merge and diffing tools for blueprints. You just gotta keep in mind that'll never be as efficient. It's just better to treat your blueprints as binary assets. Like, you don't want to be fucking around with the GUID and the location of a node and shit like that. Like, there's just too many ways that conflicts can go wrong. Maybe maybe it'll get there. It's just there's a lot of stuff that goes into making blueprints look the way they do in the reroute nodes, and there's just a lot of stuff under the hood that I don't even really know about, so I can't really articulate it, that happens when you rename things and having your redirectors and shit. Like, especially because I tend to play really fast and loose with blueprints, I rename things all the time and stuff. I don't foresee diffing and merging being I guess with my workflow, it's hard to imagine that being a smart thing to do with blueprints. I also just do kind of feel like that's a road too far. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I mean, we could get there. I'm not gonna doubt them. I didn't think visual scripting languages would be as powerful as Blueprint is, and it is, so. Can you rotate blueprints? You can only move them. So they have a location, but they also have, like... I mean, there's just so much crap that goes into these. Not crap, I don't mean that, like, rudely. Just, like, about how you wire things up. About how things are renamed. I don't know enough about under the hood. I feel like it could be a valid operation, but for blueprints used more as a subclass definitions. I mean, it could be like if you weren't using blueprint, if you were just editing like the properties of shit. Sure, absolutely, that could be diff to merged. I can see that. And maybe they'll get there. I don't know, like if maybe, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. It's possible. But my instincts say that's not, like, I wouldn't want to diff and merge blueprints, but I've always thought of them as binary assets. Maybe I need to open my mind to this possibility. I mean, I guess I can imagine it. If Epic were on their best behavior, they could have made Blueprint in a way that's extremely viable for outside modification. Fucking, I don't know, Port Pocky. Have you dived into the code? Are you sure about that? Or are you just speculating, like armchair? Like, do you want to know what blueprints are made of? Here, we can always just do this. Here's a chunk of blueprint. So this is the code behind blueprints, right? Like, do you want to diff and merge this? I sure as fuck don't. Hey Numbat, what's up, man? Happy soccer thing. I mean, and like I said, it could just be that diffing and merging is a different thing. Like, they could come up with some visual thing. Or maybe you could diff and merge this. Maybe this could be not the way it is. Or, like, I've never thought about it until now. Like, I've literally never thought about it. This looks readable to you? Maybe that's also the fundamental difference, because I guess I just, this hurts my soul. Maybe if it had formatting? What kind of formatting? Oh, I'm in Notepad. Yeah, maybe this is why I never became a programmer. Because this fatigues my eyes. I like Python. Python's so pretty. I can read it. It makes sense to me. I can read it quickly, like reading a book. This is like a bucket of data organized in however a computer would organize it. And this is only for like these nodes. Like, imagine trying to diff like let's take just part of the player pawn. Just take the event graph of the player pawn. I think I could select it all in one go. So now you're diffing a file that's like 11,900 lines, right? Which is probably not a big deal. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's doable. Yeah, Port Punk is correct. Yeah, that's true very much. So it's like it could be done. I'm sure somebody's probably doing it. I'm sure. I just don't even know about that. Epic is a massive company, and I'm not keeping up as well as I probably should with a lot of their stuff. It's impossible to keep up with absolutely everything all the time, man. I should probably keep up with their changes to Blueprint, though. I made a screenshot of the stream. You know what, Raymarch? You write that thing, and then you put it on the Unreal store. I am bummed. Okay, I'll get on my fucking high horse here. I think the Unreal Engine is better than Unity. I just do. It's just more powerful. You can look at the games that come out of each of them. The cinematic tools in Unreal are better, and I think, like, I think Epic is a little more aspirational in ways that are interesting too, as a company, like as a person who runs a business. I think it's Unity is definitely buckling down hard on being a game engine, whereas Epic's thinking about enterprise software, kind of thinking about like moving into architectural previs and stuff like that. They're pushing their engine in different ways, which means their engine has, you can access functions and utilities that are kind of designed for more cinematic stuff or for architectural previs stuff and rework it. And yes, that makes it a really big bloated engine under the hood, but I think it's really powerful and I love the Unreal Engine a lot, so there's that. However, there's advantages to Unity. One of them, I think, is the Unity Asset Store is way more used. And there's just more on it. There's more competition. There's people who are actually making money on the Unity Asset Store, which is the Unreal Marketplace doesn't... Maybe it's because people in AAA are way more likely to craft their own stuff, or maybe it's because there is such a diversity in ways that people are using the engine, or I don't know what it is exactly, but I don't feel like the Unreal Asset Store, the Unreal Marketplace gets used as much by consumers, and I don't feel like people make as much money on that as I wish they could. Like, I do envy that one thing about the Unity, that their asset store is so, their community and their asset store is so useful. I don't know, the grass is always greener. It seems like you can buy fucking anything on Unity. I do love an engine. I like all the engines. I like Unreal most. I like Frostbite a lot, but that's mostly because I can't have it. I just hear about it in whispers. It's this thing you can't have, so you want it real bad. And I've seen shit. It looks cool. I've seen just enough for me to be intensely curious, but I've never been able to, like, get my hands on it, so I want it. I want it like candy. Just to play with. I'm sure if I did, Unreal would be the better engine, probably. I don't know. Yeah, very much. We were talking about how there's a diff tool. It's just not quite as powerful. Well, I don't know. We tried to use it once. And it wasn't even me. It was Brennan Damian tried to use it once. At the Molasses Flood. But mostly at the Molasses Flood, what we do is we structure our content so that we have a we use blueprints heavily at the Molasses Flood. I would say a very large chunk of our code is in blueprints, and we move it into C++ once we figure out what we're making and stuff. But sometimes, you know, development, you have a 2-year dev cycle. A lot of stuff stays in blueprint, and so we kind of, for our next game and for our games in general, we try to structure things in such a way so that there are a larger number of files. So this shit I'm doing where it feels gross here, that this event graph, that I've thrown literally everything in the player pawn. And I do know, like, if this became a game where I had to involve a lot of people, having all of my goddamn functions in the player pawn and everything in the player pawn, everything's basically in like 3 or 4 heavy-ass blueprints, that would be a nightmare. Because what you would end up with is, like, your programmer will want to refactor something. Hopefully by refactoring they're moving into code, but like maybe I stay a blueprint project forever because I don't know reasons. And they'll have like a quarter of the game basically checked out until they're done. unless you can get the diff tools to work, which is something I haven't used yet, so I'm scared of it. Maybe they're good. I don't know. They didn't immediately work without testing when they were first released, which is not a strike against Epic. That's just... I've got like a little afraid of them because I haven't done it yet. Kids can't fucking read. Yeah, everything's... That is true. Okay. Shit, I'm getting hungry. Alright, and I've been talking forever, and I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna add a way to cycle through your characters. I wasn't sure where I was gonna put that. I'm still not sure where I'm gonna put that. Fuck. Fucking hell, man, I guess the game mode makes the most sense. It doesn't make sense to slap it on the UI, right? No. No, it really doesn't. So, game mode it is. Okay. So I need some kind of available tracks. I have done this already because I have it for the HUD. What did I do in the HUD? Okay, it's time to just accept that that's never going to happen. Where's my initial run? Something somewhere is saying if this should be visible and how many. Where? And hitting the HUD for the menu. Gotcha. What the fuck? I don't know what that is. This looks like a hack for that opening area. Update available tracks. Here we go. Okay. So I want something like this in the game mode. I want... Ninja. You're such a prick. Oh, whatever. Tweet that at Epic, they'll get a hand. They'll get a kick out of it. That's good. I need more friends at Epic. Dude, they really stepped it up. This one, the audio, I had that problem with audio over the weekend, and on Sunday, like, Aaron McLaren, their audio engineer, just, like, wrote a fucking Twitter dissertation. Explaining how virtualized when silent, and that's the guy that's actually writing it, now that I think about it. I've seen him on the streams before. I like that you can just do that now. You can just fucking tweet at the people that are writing your tag, and they'll tweet back. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He sent me 12 tweets. One of those tweets was, by the way, put this in the forums, don't tweet at me. Fair. Right. So anyway, let's just make events. Custom event, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Switch to next track. Let's make another event. Switch to previous track. Let's, okay, we have to find events. Next thing. What do they need to know? Well, I need to know which tracks are available. So, like, let's say I have current track each move. Yeah, well, let's say shadow function. I need to clean my crap up, man. Holy mother of God. All tracks. All loaded. Loaded tracks. Which I shouldn't need to do. But because I got, hold up. Loaded levels based on track. Get tracks. This is a map. Find. No. Keys. Okay, so these are the tracks that are loaded. For each. I just want to see what's available here. I just wanted to, like, I don't remember what's this Enum. Okay, so current track can be intro, trombone, accordion, drum combo, or section geo. Is it ever actually section geo? Maybe, yeah. If it's like a narrative backdrop or something. Also, if it's a combo, yeah. Okay, so I need to clip it down to just trombone, accordion, drum. So get keys. Because these are the loaded levels. I think it'd be easier if I just had a different variable. I'm just gonna make a different variable, which is available tracks, which is track, an array of level tracks. Get the current track. Find the current track in the available tracks. Add 1 if this is greater than the length of available tracks. Now I'm just going to hard code this to the K key. No, sorry. Alright, pick a weirder key. 1. Don't make my life hard. Key. I can't. Key. I just want to test it. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't just get like. Give me 1. Deal with it. 1. Alright, current track. Find available tracks. Add 1. If you're less. If you're greater than the length. Length -1. Minus the number 1. Don't be like this. If you're greater than the length -1. Subtract the length. I need a branch. Let's use a select. You are either going to be, if you're greater than this, do this. Otherwise, do this. Good. Then switch tracks to the new track, which will be the available tracks. Get this index. Skip save, new track, target go. Okay. You pasted in some Unity communities. Oh god. That's what I want. Inside a fucking mob. We had a group project in school. You were experimenting with Splatoon. Ask me mechanic. Yeah, no shit, Yerk's group. That is a very difficult problem to solve. I like that my chat is all game dev all the time today. This is good. Okay. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Will that work? Yeah, sure, fuck it. Let's find out, I guess. Guess it's not working. Add a breakpoint. Oh, you're ignoring the key press. Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, let's set it up for real then. What key do I want to be the switching key? What feels right? keys. R, F. Maybe, yeah, that seems right. I don't like reaching that far up. I also feel like I shouldn't have a back and forward. On the controller, I want, like, to be able to switch like this. I think on the... I just want a toggle on the mouse. Probably an F. It's hard-coded to F. Project settings. Input. Let's make up, down, activate, back, undo, redo. My friend said undo should be on Z. Fine. I suspect she's correct. Leaving it on U too. Redo. Does that mean redo should be an X? That's probably true. I'm basing that on nothing. Okay. I have it on U and J. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't want my hand to have to move from here, so it should be there. Q and E is right. Okay. Toggle. Or switch tracks. Right. Put that on F for now. F the key. Also put it on, what's this, shoulder trigger? Trigger right. Trigger right. Okay, so there should be a function switch tracks right. It's called when the player does this. Do I save this? Hopefully that just saved. Anyway, I absolutely should not put that here permanently, but for now. Switch. The fuck? Everything is just applied. I read this out of order, so I read, why is what I always relate to redo? I'm not sure why. And I read Port Ponky is saying, well, it's just applied to mathematics. And my mind just broke. I'm like, wait, what? Oh god. And there's puns. This entire chat's out of control. So I did just do this, right? I didn't have an aneurysm. I literally just added this. Where'd it go? Project settings. Input. Do I need to save this? Or is it just changed and then changed? Oh, also I forgot to look up what I called it. I'm pretty sure it was switch tracks. Game switch. Oh, they might be protecting me. They might not let me put inputs in the game mode. Because they're like, bitch, don't. Which is fair. So... maybe. Is it here? Yeah. Yeah, you can't put input things in the game mode. That'd be ridiculous. Okay, fine. Fair. Reasonable. Undo, redo. Let's put this down here. Get the game mode, cast to game mode. Pure cast. Switch to next track. Impressed. Sure. Hey, Assembly. I don't think a channel can grow. I don't think it takes up space physically in the world. I suppose it could get older. So now it could grow. Not like how a plant grows, but in like how we age and such. Okay, yes, the channel is aged. It's reaching a slightly riper vintage. Alright. Switch to the next track. Yeah, I don't know, fuck it, maybe it'll just work. Let's find out. I could say I could get older. I could move through time at the speed of time. I have that ability. What was the key? F. That did nothing. That froze the game. I hit a breakpoint, didn't I? I forgot I had a breakpoint somewhere. Did I hit it? Is that what just happened? No? Yep. Let's try that again. Oh, that didn't like that. Not even a little. Okay. Whew. Right. Yes, okay. So there's gonna be tracks here we don't want to get to. Oh, also available tracks is an empty array. Right, yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? So, when we load a level track, Someday I'll clean this up, maybe. I've cleaned it up before, so there's precedent that it could get cleaned up again. I'm just saying, it's possible. Set this. Somewhere in here. When you first load, clear this array. Okay. Can't call key events in game mode. Yeah. And I'm sure there's like a reason for that. Like maybe game mode gets initialized before other things. Like I'm sure there's a reason. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's try it. I am getting hungry. I skipped breakfast and it's 11. I guess I could power through to noon, but I should be cranky. Start talking mad shit about Unity. Oh, look at that. F key works. Clicking character works. F key works. Alright, now other functionality I want to add. So let's set up the controller while we're here. I mean, we're in it. Windows. No. Idiot. Project settings. Input. Action mappings. Switch tracks left. So, I don't know if I want to give you a key, but I do want you to be on the left trigger. Left trigger. Don't be like this. What even is the left trigger axis? Okay, that exists now. Player controller. Switch tracks. Left. Switches to the previous track. Okay. Let's hook that up. Find this. Subtract 1. Find out if you are less than 0. If that's true, set this. Wait, what? If it's true, set this to that. Otherwise, that. Find the current track. Subtract 1. Is that less than 0? If so, use the length. -1. Otherwise, use that. Get that index, switch tracks to that index. Hey Deathwish, what's up, man? Okay. Controller works. Let's try this one I didn't think of. Let's try it with 3. Make sure shit still works. So say we're on one of these levels. And the other way. Okay. That all works. Oh, and I guess I should have tried the highlighting of the combo 3 level. Ooh, they're doing an impromptu demo night at Boston Indies. Could bring the game by, get people to play it again. Maybe I always learn a lot when I do that. The thing is, every time I do a playtest, people play. No one's gonna get past the first like hour or 2, right? So they're testing the same content over and over. That's why things like very basic shit with the combo levels later in the game isn't done yet, because no one has played it. Though I did crush most of my notes, especially with this one. I tell you, man, the first fucking hour of this game is gonna be so goddamn tested. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, we can't have that. Also, several other things. First off, player pawn. That box, I don't want to see that box no more. It's gotta go away. You're gone. Next thing. That's gone. What's the next thing? Yeah, and the player controller. Unclick. Movement says pressed. Mouse is not hovering over UI. Ooh, how about... So before I hit this concept, yeah, just need a bit of this too. If the mouse is not hovering over the UI and the mouse is not hovering over a UI actor, that's probably all I need. You know, I should really get this tested, actually. I should force people to play the combo levels. I should watch them play it. Especially with the trombone. And why do I still see the box? this. Right, and not this. Like what I had, but except the opposite. I no longer see the outline. Where's your outline, bro? I broke that, huh? Player pawn. Event graph. Set up the body art in its socket by type. Get a skeletal mesh array. Yeah, blah blah blah. Set the skeletal mesh. Here we go. If your outline material or black outline, create this, add it to the socket material array. I don't know why I opened that. I'm getting hungry and stupid. Black outline. You still look for that, do you? Yeah. So this should be true. You should create a dynamic material instance. That should happen. Calling init the arrow's happening. Game mode. This is currently hovered. Init, initialize arrow, add to viewport. Yeah, where do I tell the pawn that? Update appendage. Get that vector. Yeah. Socket, sure. Currently highlighted socket. Is this all triggering? Let's find out. Let's make sure this works on a not combo level. Or doesn't work. See how busted I made everything. Okay, so we're gonna go to Euler. You're definitely doing it. Edit socket, highlight. is still triggering, so let's go to the outline material. Looks like this should still be working too. I didn't change this. Hey, Assembly, they've been pretty good, man. Now, I'm hungry, and I want to get this shit done. I'm gonna get food. We're gonna hunger strike against this problem, though. Color. Why? Okay, what? You're white now. That won't matter. That won't change anything, because everything's set. Give me something. Okay, show me the name of the socket that is getting highlighted. Let's start there. Sure. Or the controller uses a different code path. Let's do that. What happens when I use the controller? Oh. Wait a minute. That doesn't matter. You clearly know the socket. You clearly are calling everything. It's gotta be material, right? That's what I've been messing with, right? It's gotta be. Let me loop through the socket material array. Outline material. Yes, true. Create this. Add it. Oh. Ah! I'm dumb. Then I just create a whole nother fucking material and I ignore that one, of course. Whew. Okay. Alright, we have highlighting back. Highlighting is back. The fuck? Oops. Fixed. Alright. Let's just this. Then I'm done. For a bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I have a call at 5. I'm not done. Why is that box still showing? Player pawn. Can't check it in like that. Hidden in game. The fuck, bro? Why do I still see this damn box? Player pawn. You're hidden in game, yeah? Yeah, definitely hidden in game. Super definitely seeing you. Is there something in... Do I have a script that unhides everything that's... Yeah, I do, actually. I have a script that sets hidden in game to be false for everything. Oh god, that's right. Underneath this... But that's okay. I'll use the visible code path. Better. Alright. Can switch between them like this. Can switch between them like this. Go back and forth. With the triggers. Don't know what this is all gonna look like, but it's technically working. You still work. Kick ass. Okay. that I can check in. Then I'm gonna spend the afternoon to figure out how to make this all look good. Good. Glad you like it. Stay thirsty. Hey, I'm Lurk. You got here just in time for me to say goodbye. Next I'm gonna fix the broken tutorial level. Figure out look of unplayed con and combo level. Set all characters to have limb highlights when mouse down. Figure out the look of unplayed pawn. Figure out a highlight of switch character switch versus a highlight on limb activation. Okay. Now I feed. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a lovely nap. Stay thirsty. Somebody talked to me on Twitter. Alright, who are we gonna host here? I don't know if I'll be back later. Probably. Oh, shit. I have a lot to do today. I might eat and then do a short stream, maybe. And then eat for the two of us. You can't eat and sleep at the same time. That's too much. I don't know, we'll see. For now, we'll just raid somebody else. I'm gonna dump you on this cellist. Let's see if he's playing. Nope, not yet. Alright, I'm not gonna do anything. You're gonna have to figure out your own way in life, guys. Have a great night. Or, I don't know, afternoon, wherever you are. Goodbye.